What is up? Welcome to the Friday night Hustleholics Hangout. I am your boy Richie Hustles. I forgot my light, so we have bad lighting right now, which is fine. We're here to hang out. We're here to answer any questions that you have regarding Amazon or anything else. Trends that you're seeing, any questions you have about stores. There's a couple of things I want to talk about that was in the last video that I released, and it's crazy because I ended up getting. You ready for this? I get a couple of comments saying, "Hey, I got an IP complaint. I got an IP on this. I got an IP on that." Well, guess what? You know how many your boy got? I got IP complaints too. Check out how many. 6. 6 IP complaints. All from the same company. I think it's the learning journey with the STEM products. Those products are bringing in some really good money. And we got IP complaints. So you know what we do? We say, screw you, and on to the next product. So I stopped selling them. I pulled them off the market, and that's just what we have to do. Sometimes that's part of the business. You know what I mean? What's up, Logan? J-Wack in the building. Savannah B, how you doing? Happy Friday. We are just chilling. Apple juice on deck. I had also a lot of questions. So this is a show where basically every Friday night we come on here. We talk Amazon, we talk business, we talk Macari. Some of you might talk like eBay and stuff. And it's just kind of like just a cool place. We spend about an hour. And what I do is I just have you put your questions down in the comments. I always say comments. In the chat, I have my computer right here. So I'll be able to read your comments. And hopefully start you on your Amazon journey. So a little about myself. I go by Richie Hustles. I've been doing this for almost 3 years. This is my 3rd year right now. Until September will be the end of 3 years. Last year, 2019, I did $500,000 in sales, and I'm here to help anyone that wants the help. A lot of things happened last year, right? Like we hit with the whole Rona thing. People are sent home from work. People are out of work. People are home more. People are still shopping. Online is the way to go. So, we do a lot of hustles on this channel. Drop your questions in the chat, and we can hopefully answer them to the best of my knowledge. I hope everybody has been healthy and well so far this year. Happy New Year to everybody. We're leaving the first week of January, and it feels like the first week of January has been extremely busy, hasn't it? I don't know about you, but I've been out there. TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all those stores have had their yellow tags up. And we've been just like crushing, just bringing home a ton of stuff. I must have at least sourced 1,000 SKUs within the last, I'd say, 2 or 3 weeks. So it's been crazy. Let's see what's in the chat. So Dustin, how you doing? RG Slot Wins, how you doing? Natalie, how are you? Let's see. Natalie says, for your YouTube, how much copyright material Sir Mix-a-Lot double up clip can you play before you get flagged? So with the Sir Mix-a-Lot clip, I've actually never gotten flagged. I think it's under 10 seconds you don't get flagged. And that double up clip, I think it's a total of like 3 seconds, 4 seconds. So they don't flag it. Don't quote me on that. I think it's anything under 10 seconds, you're okay. I don't want to promise that. I haven't gotten flagged for the Sir Mix-a-Lot double up clip that I put in my videos. Let's see. Joe G says, did they ask for invoices? They did. And I supplied them with the receipt for Marshalls and TJ Maxx. That's where I bought it from. However, if you remember the last couple lives, I told you I don't take pictures with my with the receipt, with the tag and everything. I don't take those pictures. So I tried submitting it. Amazon didn't accept it. So we'll just go from there. I mean, the worst that they've done so far is they've just taken that ASIN off of, basically blocked me from that ASIN. So I can't list on that ASIN, which is fine. And that's what Amazon has done last year. So a couple of years ago, they would have suspended your account, all this other stuff. A lot of people were complaining. They were losing a lot of business. They were losing a lot of sellers. And what Amazon did was, instead of suspending you, they said, you know what? We got a complaint on this listing. We're going to block you from listing this product anymore, which to me is the perfect thing to do. If somebody's got an issue, let me dispute it with the ASIN, with the listing. There's no need to suspend my entire account. That's ridiculous. So, as of right now, I just can't list that product, which I'm fine with. I have them coming back to me. I'll list them on Mercari. We'll list them for some money, and that's it. Let's see. Finally got ungated in toys earlier this week. That's awesome, Logan. That is awesome. Good luck, man. There is a ton of stuff right now in toys that is on clearance, especially at Walmart. Some Walmarts still suck, but like I was at one today, horrible. I feel like every time I'm in Rhode Island, it's whack. Let's see. Anthony, what's up, Richie? How you doing, Anthony? Do you ever get A to Z claims? Yeah, so I mean, that's part of the business too. You know, with FBM orders, A to Z claims. And frankly, when somebody says to me, oh, my package wasn't delivered in time, and it's a merchant fulfilled order, I go and I make sure that that item was delivered. If as long as it was delivered in the specific time frame, I welcome that. I actually tell them, your best bet's probably to file a claim with Amazon then, because according to my records, I shipped it within the time frame, and I have it on record that it was delivered in the time frame. So, therefore, I'm really not at fault. And what will happen a lot of times is Amazon will file an A to Z claim. However, they will not count it against your metrics. It's not your fault. So I have had that too. This is my a lot of people say they're scared to sell on Amazon because of fees. They're afraid they're going to get suspended, all this other stuff. My whole thing is like, look, I love selling on Amazon, and I'm just going to do what I do. That's it. Like, when Amazon takes action against something, there's nothing I can do. So I can either cry about it, or I could try to fix it, or I could just be like, hey, write an action plan. I'll never do this again. I wasn't aware of this, that, the other thing. I gotta stop yawning. I'm so exhausted. I've been going so hard. I just sent you that pic that will hopefully change a lot of things. Okay. Cherise says, Dinner Nation. Yes. Cherise, absolutely Dinner Nation. With blue cheese. That's the new 2021 swag. Dinner with blue cheese. Let's see. Kobe says, I know you said you use Channel Max, which is a repricer. Do you still use Channel Max? Yes, I still use Channel Max. I use BQOOL for my second Amazon account, which is nothing but books. But Channel Max is for my main account, yes. D Middleman Picker, how you doing? Intel Pines, when do you rest, Richie? That's a really good question. When do I rest? You know, I used to get up 5 o'clock in the morning almost every day to go to the 9 to 5 job. And I try to get up so early now, but it's like a trade-off, right? So a lot of times I'm up late because I'm either doing stuff on the phone, on the computer, or honestly, I'm just relaxing, maybe watching a show that I don't get to watch, or maybe I'm catching up on some YouTube stuff. So sometimes I don't go to bed till like 1, 2 in the morning. but I definitely hustle in the morning. So a lot of times I will definitely wake up in the morning, eat breakfast, drink some coffee, go out in the garage, do my work. You know what I mean? I might start going to bed early though and start waking up because I would rather wake up 5 a.m. every day and be in bed at like 11. If I could go to bed at 10:30, 11 o'clock every night, I could wake up at 5, no problem. RG, he never rests. I know, that's the way it feels sometimes. I have so many, oh my God. I have so many orders that are waiting to be checked in, and I know that there's just going to be an avalanche of items that are going to be selling soon. It's those hats. I don't know if you follow me on IG. If you don't follow me on IG, go follow me on Instagram at Richie Hustles. But I bought a ton of Adidas hats, and they have been flying. I can't keep them in stock. They're being sold in Canada, in the US. They're going. Hear my daughter in the background? There are a couple of GameStops closing near me. I'm going to try to buy them out, buy all their remaining inventory again. Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I go into the GameStops around me, they really don't have much. It's kind of disappointing. Let's see. Logan says, is Channel Max rule-based? I'm still debating the repricers, but I'm going with Aura so far. Yeah, so I heard great things about Aura. I heard great things about Aura. Channel Max, you can set rules. You can set different parameters as to when you want or what you want repriced, who to compete against. You can exclude things. You can do all that good stuff. And Aura, I heard really good things. The only reason why I haven't gone with Aura is because they're pretty pricey. $100. They reprice every 5 minutes, but I pay $45, and I get repriced every 2 to 3 minutes. So Aura, I heard, was really good. It's just for what you get. I don't know. I've only used their free trial, so I can't really speak on it. I use Channel Max. I'm happy with Channel Max. So Channel Max is greater than BQOOL. I think so. Just because with BQOOL, they have the $30 or $35 plan, and BQOOL reprices on their basic level. They reprice every 15 minutes. So could you imagine all the business or all the sales you could potentially get between 1 and 15 minutes? And BQOOL offers something similar to Aura, where they have a $100 plan. You can price up to 10,000 SKUs, and they reprice every 5 minutes. But again, $100 for every 5 minutes, or $45 for every 2 to 3 minutes. So that's another reason why I went with Channel Max. It's really because of I need my repricer to constantly reprice, price. You know what I mean? Especially with the more stuff I sent to FBA, the more stuff I need to sell. Let's see. Cherie says, I received a product safety claim for a toy. Me too. 2 of them. I removed the listing, and then I have been deleted, and then it has been deleted for a week. I still have a negative mark on my account. How do I resolve that? So you can either appeal it and submit a plan of action to Amazon, basically saying, what went wrong, what are you going to do so it doesn't happen again, all this other good stuff. But honestly, all that stuff will be, you got to submit the plan of action. But I'm sorry, I'm really stuffy too because allergy is just crazy. I'm falling apart here. I'm tired. I'm stuffy. I don't know what the hell is going on. So once you submit a plan of action, Amazon will review it, and they'll see if they're going to either approve it or not approve it. There's been times where I haven't submitted a plan of action, and I've seen negative marks fall off between 90 days and 6 months. Those negative marks don't stay on forever. But you do want to clean them up as soon as possible. See, Anthony says, hey, Richie, I just opened a Rainbow Rare Charizard VMAX. Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to get it graded. But about how much do you think those go for? So the Rainbow VMAX, I think right now, I'll look on it on the phone. I think the Rainbow VMAX is going for like $1,000. I think. And a PSA 10, let's see, Rainbow Charizard VMAX. Yeah, dude, you look at PSA 10, 800, 385, PSA 10. Let's go look for the sold listings because that's really where you're going to see sold. Let's see, sold. So the latest one sold, PSA 10, $395. PSA 10 sold for $1,400. That was a total anomaly. A raw, ungraded Rainbow Charizard VMAX sold for $295. Another one for $250. A PSA 10 graded, $899 sold on today, the 8th. Raw, ungraded, $285. So it looks like if you sell it raw, ungraded, you can expect anywhere from $250 to $300. If you sell it graded and it comes back a PSA 10 or a 10 regardless, you're looking at between $800 and $1,200. That's pretty good. That's dope. Now, I like to go with CGC. A lot of people go with PSA for grading cards. I sent in 51 cards to CGC. That's where I get my comics graded. That's where I want my cards graded. They've been a trusted company. I think they've been out almost the longest. I know PSA is the standard for trading cards, but I like CGC. I like that half grade. I like having subgrades. And honestly, I've heard horror stories for Beckett. So I know a lot of people are actually going to, they're going with CGC for their collectible grading collectibles. But that's awesome. Rainbow Charizard. I'm actually going to be doing a Vivid Voltage looking for the Rainbow Pikachu. I just actually made a thumbnail and I uploaded it. The live is we're going to be doing it Tuesday. We're going to open up 40 packs. We're going to be doing 40 packs of Vivid Voltage in search for the Rainbow Pikachu VMAX. And I'm also going to be doing another Champions Path. I have 4 more Elite Trainer boxes upstairs. And I have 5, 6, 7. I have 8 or 9 Vivid Voltage boxes. So we're going to do some more Pokemon stuff too. Let's see, where were we? So Anthony, great pull. Do you know if those Adidas bags have to be polybagged? So Natalie, I think that the bags do. Any type of fabric generally has to be polybagged. Even if it's like a toy that's in a box, and it's in a box, but just like the front might have a small oval or an opening, and there's some kind of doll or plush, that still has to be polybagged. So I'm gonna say yes, those Adidas bags have to be polybagged. However, you know what I say on all my lives and all my streams. I pay Amazon to do everything. It allows me to prep to get that time back. So I pay Amazon to polybag, to label. They do everything. I don't want to do ish. You know what I mean? I just want to find the product, send it in, go out to my next hustle. FG says, yo, you said to let you know how to get unlocked at Nike, and I have a theory. I think it's based off metrics. There is no invoices you can get. Am I right? So Nike and Adidas, I submitted invoices. I have heard that people do get ungated automatically. I'm not sure what those metrics are that you have to hit. Nobody knows what those metrics are that you have to hit. But I did use an invoice for Nike, for Adidas, for Jordan. Let's get Cheeky says, hi, Richie. Hey, how you doing, Cheeky? Joe says, hey, Richie, love your show. You're my inspiration. You are so helpful to others. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that, Joe. I just come on here, we hang out, we talk, we chill, we ask questions. Hopefully we have problems that we find solutions to. We're a community. The reseller community has been honestly amazing, I have to say. There's a couple of bad apples that talk a lot of ish, but generally the reseller community, you rock. Thank you, Kojo. London says, hi, how do you remove the labels, stickers from the board games, etc.? So what I do is I use what's called a Scotty peeler. So when I buy items at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or whatever, they have their price sticker over the barcode or whatnot. I have what's called a Scotty peeler. You can order them on Amazon. I usually get a 3-pack. I get the plastic ones. I think they're like anywhere from $8 to $12 for a 3-pack. And I use those, and you really just scrape it off. Some people use a heat gun, and they heat up the labels. The labels tend to come off a little easier with a heat gun because it heats up the glue. And when you're using the Scotty peeler, I'm like a Viking. I just go at it, I hack away like a friggin' Viking. But I do have a heat gun, but it's still sitting in the box from 2 years ago when I bought it at Harbor Freight. Sarah Jane says, how much do people return stuff to you? Not a lot. Not a lot. You know, I've been blessed where my return rate, I'll tell you right now what my return rate is. Fortunately, let's see, if I go to account health and I go down to valid tracking, customer service performance, where would I find my return rate? Let's see. Manage returns. Let's see if I go on, I have my computer right here. My return rate's pretty low. I do pretty well, thankfully, with the return rate. Let me just see. Manage returns. Will it tell me here, or do I have to go into account health? I think I have to go into account health. So let me go into account health. So my late shipment, pre-fulfillment, valid tracking, negative feedback, A to Z, chargeback, all 000. Order defect rate. I think that is the return rate. My order defect rate is 0%. I do get returns though, so I'm not sure if that's quite it. The defect rate. Percentage of orders with a defect. So those are all 0. It's very low. I'll have to figure out where I get that after. I don't do that, and that's how much I worry about it, right? So I don't even worry about it because I don't get a lot of returns. Now, if I'm getting, 10, 20 returns a day for like 5 days, I'm going to worry, But it depends, Sarah. And, Sarah, too, a lot of times I'll get returns, and it's not in sellable condition. I got to eat it. I have to eat that product. And sometimes it hurts because it's like a $100 product and they return it, and Amazon allows the return, and it comes back, and you cannot send it back in. You'll never get that premium for it because now it's not new. So, it sucks sometimes. You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen often. It's the cost of doing business, I suppose. Let's see. You use Refunds Manager, right? Do they do anything to track FBA returns? Good question, Logan. I don't know. I know they do a great job at tracking the lost inventory and whatnot. But as far as tracking returns, I'm not quite sure they do that. I do know they may have something for feedback. Where they will send out emails to people who have ordered from you to try to promote good feedback to get your feedback metrics up. They may offer that kind of service, but that's it. We got eBay addicts in the building. How you doing, Jeff? Guys, if you're in here, I appreciate you all spending your Friday evening with me. We got over almost 50 people in here. Smash that like button. Let's see if we can get the likes to over 30. That would be fantastic. It would really help me out in the algorithm and let everybody know that you are curious about the hustle. Let's see. Sarah says, I'm trying to start shipping on Mercari, but there is so much to learn. I'm overwhelmed. I guess I got to just jump in. I listed 2 items 2 days ago. Yeah, so Sarah, the most important thing is that you started. That's the most important thing, okay? Number 2, you listed 2 things on Mercari. Fantastic. And have you sold those 2 things yet? Are you waiting to sell those 2 things? What you need to do is you need to list 20 things. 20 things. Now, if you don't have 20 things, that's okay. List 10 things. If you don't have 10 things, then, maybe go out. Dollar Tree, Walmart right now is banging out clearance. Get some items, list them, and that's how you do it. Don't feel overwhelmed. Do it at your own pace. Take your time at first. find out what your pace is. Don't feel like you have to keep up with anybody or that, you're in a rush to do this and that. Try to figure out your own pace. Once you figure out your own pace, it'll just come naturally and you'll find yourself moving faster than you actually believe. And I say that because you want to enjoy what you do. You don't want to feel aggravated about doing this. Like when I do my Amazon, when I go to 10 stores, I never ever say to myself, "Oh my God, I have to go to 5 stores today. Oh, this is gonna suck, man. I gotta drive 40 minutes." I never say that. I'm always like, I can't wait to get there. I'm driving 40 minutes. We're gonna crush it, right? You know how many times I walk in and I find El Goose Egg and I'm like, it's all right. You know what? I drove 40 minutes. Let me Google map other stores around here. Is there a Marshall's around here? TJ Maxx, a Target, something. You know what I mean? And you'll find your own flow. The middleman picker says, I had Aura and was on the old plan, but it was $60, and I thought there was too much, and now I definitely won't be renewing my subscription. $100 is too much for a Repricer. I agree. Especially when there's better options out there. Well, I shouldn't say better options because I don't know if they're better. Other options. See, we got Thrift and Flip. I just reapplied to sell on... Oh, wait a minute, Thrift and Flip. Sarah in the building with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Sarah. Let me see. Was there a question with the thank you? This was helpful info. I appreciate you being here, Sarah. Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. All right, Thrift and Flip. Sorry to cut you off. I just reapplied to sell on Amazon. I had to have a video chat verification today. Way different than when I applied before. They suspended me for a BS infringement that I have with you. Yeah, see, back in the day, they were suspending people. Now they're just blocking the ASIN. So, sorry that happened, Logan, I should probably look for a cheaper price, so what do you recommend? Yeah. I mean, listen, I think BQOOL and Channel Max are really good for what they do for their price. If you don't mind 15-minute repricing, BQOOL is great at $30. If you want to upgrade a little bit, spend a little bit more, $40 to $50 to have 2 to 3 minute repricing, go with Channel Max. Let's see. JWAC says I use BQOOL. Yes, and I have BQOOL on my second Amazon account for books. You need to get through you. Sarah says you need to get through Yu-Gi-Oh. Yes. So I actually just signed up. I got another distributor for trading cards and comic books. So look, let me just tell you something. Wait a minute, real quick. Hold on. We have another super chat. $9.99 from Let's Get Cheeky. Let's Get Cheeky. Much love. Thank you so much for your super chat. I appreciate you being here. So what I did was I got approved for another distributor through Diamond Comics. If you guys don't know, Diamond Distributors is the largest comic book and game distributor company out there. Diamond Distributors is the distributor that distributes to all the comic book companies, and I just got an email about 2 hours ago saying they accepted my application and I actually have a Diamond Distributor account, which is absolutely phenomenal because it can be difficult sometimes. And my end game is I'd love to open up a comic book and collectible store. So, this is definitely an account that I would need to do that because this is what all the comic book, collectible, trading card game stores go through. So I will be getting some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I have 2 distributors now. I have to get it. I do want to get Pokemon up and running a little bit more first. Yu-Gi-Oh is great. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. You know you love Yu-Gi-Oh, but not a lot of people are familiar with Yu-Gi-Oh. But I do want to do that, so I can't wait. I'd like to get my hands on a Blue Eyes White Dragon box, the very first Yu-Gi-Oh, and kind of open that up. They want I think it's going for about $5,000 for that box. We'll see. We're going to get the channel up a little bit more, though, with more subscribers that are into trading cards. And we'll do some stuff like that. I can't. I'm pretty excited. We got 5,300 subscribers. We're in the infancy of this channel. You know what I mean? Let's see. J-Wax says, are you seeing a high return rate on your hair tools? No. Nope. I get 1 or 2 returns a month, maybe. But I send in, I think the latest, I just sent in a shipment. I think I sent in about 35 hair tools. Maybe I'll get 1 return. Maybe. But they're all in great condition. The only way they were going to be returned is if somebody ordered the wrong item. You know, there's no rip packaging. They're all clean inside. They're all brand new. Because sometimes, you know, when you go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls, you know some of those things are nasty and dirty. They look like they came out of a thrift shop because people take them home, they use them, or they have a broken one or a dirty one, and they switch it out and return the old one. People are shady. You got to check your items, especially at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. Natalie says, thank you. The middleman pick a look at it, which is because I'm going to look at that one now. Barry Sanders, how do you pay Amazon to do everything, such as polybagging and everything? And how much does it cost? Very good question, Barry. So when I create a shipment, and I'm going through what I'm adding to the shipment and whatnot, there is a part of the screen that will ask you, does this item need to be prepped, basically? In your options from a drop down, you can choose from liquids, apparel, fragile, plush, no prep needed, powder, anything like that. And you just click on what needs to be, what it is, right? So say it's an Under Armour polo. So I'm going to click the drop down and I'm going to click on apparel, clothing, plush, whatever that line is. I'll click that, and then depending on how many I have, they're going to require me to polybag it. So it usually defaults to merchant, but I can switch that drop down to Amazon. So I have to click what type of preparation needs to be done to it, whether I'm doing it or Amazon's doing it. And then there's going to be a drop down. And what you're going to do is you're going to select either merchant or Amazon. And I usually have Amazon do it because I value time. And it's a small price to pay to have Amazon do all the prep work to hundreds of items that I'm sending them. It can get expensive sometimes, but I kind of try to look at it as if I'm hiring an employee. Anyways, back to that. So when I click on Amazon to polybag, I know it's 50 cents per polybag. Now, when you're doing 100 items at 50 cents, that could be expensive, right? 50 bucks, right? Is that 50 bucks? 100 items times 50 cents? Yeah, it's 50 bucks. So I try to think of it. I'm like, okay, if I was to take these 100 items and polybag them myself, how much time would it take me? An hour, 2 hours, whatnot? You're definitely going to pay a premium. But then if I'm going to label them, if I'm going to polybag and label them, it's going to take me some time. It's going to take me almost 2 hours. You know, it's going to take me to do one every couple minutes. You know what I mean? So you know, I think it's 30 cents for the label as of this recording. 30 cents for the label and 50 cents for a polybag, which is why I always make sure my items have a healthy ROI. If I'm buying something for $5, I want to make sure I don't have to polybag or label it because it's going to eat up that $5 plus shipping. You're going to eat it up. If I'm buying something for $10, I want to sell it for a good amount of money if I have to have them prep all my items. So you have to pay attention to your ROI and how much something sells for, because you're going to have to compete with other sellers. If you're paying them to prep, you have to account for shipping cost and all that good stuff. So you want to make sure you account for shipping and prep costs if you're going to have Amazon do it. If you are just starting out in Amazon, I do not recommend paying Amazon to do anything. You have to do it. Label all your products. Polybag your stuff. Buy a 100-pack from Walmart for $15. Like, do it yourself. You have to do it yourself when you first start. If you find you can absorb the cost, pay Amazon to do it if you feel your time is worth more valuable doing something else. Let's see. When you let Amazon prep your products, do you still remove the store stickers? That would be well worth it for sure. Yeah, so I wish Amazon would remove store stickers. And salute to Sarah in Cheeky. Salute for the super chat. If I could pay Amazon a separate fee to take off store stickers, I would do that too. Unfortunately, you still have to take off the store stickers. So I'm still scraping them off. I'm still taking the Scotty peeler and taking them off and all that good stuff. Logan says, spill the beans, Richie. Where do we get that Nike invoice? I can't let out I can't. It's just not fair. It's just not fair to everybody else that has figured it out and that has gotten it. It's I've even gotten asked, I'll pay you X amount of money to tell me. And I don't know. I'm not ready to monetize the info. You know what I mean? Like, I just, it's really right in front of everybody's face. It really is. Like, if I was to tell you all, then you'd all go out and do it. It's creating more competition, right? Like everybody else that's been selling Nike forever. It's right there, I'm telling you. You'll figure it out. RG says we drink apple juice all day. Sarah, I love this info. Scotty and blow dryer. Yeah. So let's get Cheeky brought up a good point. So she said blow dryer, which is funny. Blow dryer or a heat gun. I have both and I've used neither. Like I said, I'm like a Viking scraping away those things. And I should use the heat gun because it would be so much easier. I use a heat gun and it helps. Just be careful with it. Definitely need those Scotty peelers though. Then I use Goo Gone and a rag after sticker is off. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I don't even use Goo Gone. I only use the Goo Gone if they put the sticker on like a product's clear window. Like, if you have like a Barbie doll and they put the sticker on the clear window, like right on the front, you take it off, you see that sticker mess on the clearness, I take that off. But if it's on the box, I don't bother. So you think replens are a good way to start and build up higher dollar items? You definitely need at least one replenishable. That will definitely help in your journey. There are options out there if you were to email big brands and ask them who to work with if you wanted to sell them wholesale. Sometimes they'll send you a list of like wholesale distributors that they work with. That's how I got a lot of wholesale orders, companies. I'm telling you right now, everything's right there. You got to do things that, like, you might think to yourself, "Oh man, what good is it gonna do if I email a company like Johnson & Johnson? What are they gonna do?" I'm telling you, they hook you up. All it takes is an email. Visit to their website, contact us, email these companies, and ask them that you want to sell their product via wholesale. And they'll send you, a lot of times, they'll send you a list of wholesale distributors that they work with. This is a good way to explore different companies. Do you sell through Walmart? And if so, how do you get into Walmart resell? So I do not sell on Walmart.com. I thought about it, but right now I really got my hands full with Amazon. I am considering selling on Walmart as a replacement to eBay for newer products that I can't sell on Amazon. So things that I might be gated in on Amazon, or sometimes products that are not, what do you call it? Products that you can't find on Amazon, because there are products you can't find on Amazon, believe it or not. I agree with Kojo. You rock. Much love, Natalie. I appreciate it. Logan says, guys, sorry, I'm like trying to catch up on the chat. I decided to go with Seller Locker for getting me money back. Similar to Refunds Manager, they take 25% of any money they recover from me. Yeah, same thing with Refunds Manager. Felipe says, how comparable is Mercari versus eBay? in sales. I know you said you used to sell on eBay back in the day. Yes, so eBay, so it's Amazon's up here, and then eBay is second, but eBay's way down here. And then like Mercari is like just under eBay. But eBay has a lot more traffic, a lot more people on their site using their site than Mercari. Mercari is a good come up, and Mercari's fee schedule, it's very plain. Like it's very like you know what your fees are when you sell an item, so you can fix the price to so that the end price after fees, shipping, whatever it is, you see exactly what you're going to receive. You don't have to play the guessing game. You know what I mean? And I know it's not that difficult when you're selling on eBay to do like percentages and stuff, right? But like Mercari is like straight up like, this is the dollar you're gonna make off this sale. Like this is it. There's no hidden fees, nothing like that. So I like Mercari because of that. Let's see, where am I in the chat? Sorry I'm so far behind, guys. You guys are being super interactive. I love it. Thank you so much. I see this all the time. $50 Walmart item in one store is $5 in another Walmart store. Yeah, it is frustrating. Can I buy the expensive Walmart and return and buy back at the cheaper store? I don't know, but I have heard that if you see something on Walmart.com for a higher price than what's in store, I heard that Walmart will price match it. Similar to how Target will price match it. So Target, I cannot stand how Target prices items. Like, you're in Target, and you're going to buy an item in Target for $30. But if you bought it online and did like a pickup, you could have bought it for like $20. And if you didn't do a price match, you would have never known that it was $20. So like Target price matches itself. I heard Walmart you can do the same thing. I haven't tried it yet, but I heard you can do it. Northwest Hustle says, what's up from Washington State? What is up, Northwest Hustle? You know what we could do? You know what we haven't done? A lot of you joined this hustle, and I appreciate all of you. We got about 50 people on this live, and I appreciate everybody that's here on this Friday evening. Smash that like button, but comment below in the chat or over here. Is it over here? Let me look. Is it over here? Nope. Over here. Comment over here in the chat or in the chat below if you're on mobile, and let me know where everybody's from. I'm in Boston. Where are you from? Comment below. Let's see where everybody's from. I know it's not a lot, but it helps the hustle because I know I'm always hustling myself. Yep. Show the love. Much love, Cheeky. Much appreciated. Thank you for the super chat, Sergeant. Awesome. Sending my first box Monday, said Aroma. That's awesome. Thanks for your inspiration, man. I've been watching and learning like crazy. Hey, look, Aroma, I really appreciate that. Listen, and you know what? You have nobody to thank but yourself. You're crushing it. You're gonna crush it. And when that first goes out Monday, that's gonna be the first box of many that you're gonna take care of. J-Wax says, he did an IG. I think you'll have to check there. What did I do? You will grow so Richie said previously you would share your 2020 totals. Yes. Yes, the 2020 totals. I did share it on my Instagram. I shared it on my story. And I actually said it at the beginning of this live that I did do almost $500,000 last year in sales. It's 5 p.m. somewhere. Damn right. One thing I really like about Aura is that it can take my COGS, my COGS, and Min and Max from Inventory Lab. Pretty easy. Might be worth paying the extra money because of the time it saves me from linking with Inventory Lab. Hey, Logan, listen, if you're using that and it integrates like that, then absolutely. Burlington stickers are so hard to remove. Burlington's a pain. It is a pain. Salud. This also posted as a story in IG, but he also mentioned in the last Friday night hustle. Yeah. Cheers. Are you getting any listing errors on your? Yeah. So let's talk about it. That's a good point there, J-Wack. So I am getting a lot of listing errors, and I actually had to call Amazon the other day because I sent in. Remember the Rubbermaids that I sent in Good Friday, Black Friday. Well, 23 of those ended up as a listing error, but the others were listing. So I'm like, listing error? What the heck? So I called up Amazon and they helped me walk through it. And what they said was they wanted me to keep open one window where I could see the ASIN and the SKU, and then go into another Amazon window, and they wanted me to go into manage inventory, find the listing. They wanted me to delete the listing. And then after I deleted the listing, wait about 10-15 minutes. Then I had to go add a listing. And then that tab that I had kept open with the information still, I had to copy the ASIN, paste it to add the product. When the product came up, I would select the price. And then it said SKU. I had to copy the SKU. So we copied the ASIN to look it up. It came up. We set the price that we want to sell it for. We copied the SKU, paste that in there, and then we saved the listing, and that actually fixed it. And all my stranded inventory error was fixed, and it was active, and I sold as normal. When in doubt, call them out. Call Amazon. They're right there, and they answer really quickly. Richie, thanks again for the info today. Thank you, Tim. Thanks for being here and helping support new FBA sellers. There is enough items to sell and enough money to go around. I appreciate all my hustleholics joining me for this live and really participating and asking questions in the chat. I really love Fridays and connecting with you guys. This is awesome. Let's see. Dennis Massey says, Florida, with a hand clap, sunshine, palm tree, and American flag on every single video. That means something, right? That means something. And maybe it means I should go down to Florida. Coming soon. Logan says, I've been getting here. Okay, I figured it out, but need to get my sales up before I submit my invoice. Let's see. Leo Oliver says, okay, Leo. So if you don't know Leo Oliver, he's a new hustleaholic. He joined our live last week, and I think the week before. And Leo asks, can you break dance and sing the theme from The Lion King, please? Yo, Leo, man, listen, I'm going to start a book, and I'm literally going to take quotes. It's going to be called Quotes by Leo, or Quotes from Leo. That's awesome. And yes, honestly, I will number one, yes, I can break dance. I haven't in forever, but I can break dance. Let me see if I do a little. No? If I do a little Savenya. Savenya. Let me see. Oh, my daughter said that's not going to happen? All right, yeah, see. I used to break dance back in my heyday. You know, pop, lock, and drop. You know what I mean? Gotta like, pop. Logan says, turns out my UPS driver sells FBA as well. You know what's funny? My UPS driver used to sell FBA as well. Shout out to Frank if you're watching this, because I know he watches some of my YouTube videos. Frank, I miss you. You were the best UPS driver. I loved you. Come back. Deliver my stuff. Pick up my stuff. I'd love to have you back. Frank, you know who you are, Frank. Come on back. 50 views, 34 likes, unacceptable. Everyone smash that like button. Yo, if we could get that, we're at 40 likes. If we can get to 50 likes, that would be amazing. Amazing if we get to 50. And all you got to do is smash that like button. Really helps me out. Free way to help support this channel. I appreciate that. Let's see. Please make sure you okay. Yes, Walmart price matches the website, but not to other Walmart stores. And that's strange. Walmart can be so whack sometimes. All right, let's see. Now we're going into where everybody's from. You ready? We got Boston. Okay, Otilia Tejeda. Otilia Tejeda. Did I say that right? I want to make sure I said that right. Boston in the building. We all know. Detroit, we got Bama, we got Alabama, Denver, Florida, New Jersey, Atlanta Metro, A-Town. Used to live back in 1999. I lived in Georgia for 1 year. I loved it. I lived in Ackworth, Kennesaw, Marietta. My aunt and cousins lived out there. And then my aunt bought a condo in Midtown Atlanta before they ended up packing up and moving back up here. I don't know why. Atlanta was absolutely beautiful. I love Georgia. Shout out to everybody in Georgia. Sarasota, Florida. Okay, Concord, California. Atlanta, we got Concord, California. We got Cali in the building. Flo Rida. Philadelphia. I'm from GA. Just got my LLC done today, finally. Good job, Felipe. We got Wichita, Kansas. Arlington, Texas. We got people from all over, man. This is amazing. We got J-Wack in Chi-Town. We got Tim over in the suburbs of Chicago. We got Catherine Murphy in Dublin, Ireland. Shout out to Ireland in the building. Let's see. We got Let's Get Cheeky in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Another beautiful place I'd love to visit one day. We got John in Wyoming, a.k.a. Yo John. We got, New Hampshire, Ottawa, Illinois, Tennessee, Memphis. Got Memphis in the building. Memphis, Tennessee. We got Leo. Of course, he's going to say something great. We're going to tell you we're going to write a book. Leo Oliver says he's from Pluto. Lynette says Eastern North Carolina. North Carolina is another place I want to visit. Another beautiful place. Leo says, my uncle got his head stuck in the microwave again, and your vid's taking my mind off it, so thank you. Appreciate that, Leo. No problem. If you really want to, drop that super chat, Leo. Let's see how serious you are. Drop that super chat. Savannah B says from Austin, Central Florida. We got Deborah in Mississippi. Jackie, we got in Dublin. So wait, do we get two people from Dublin, Ireland now? Hold on. Wait, Dublin? Yeah, we got Catherine Murphy, Dublin, Ireland. And we got Jacqueline Cook, Dublin, Ireland. We got Ireland in the building. Let's see, we got D Prince in Virginia. The West Side Story. D Middleman Picker, Florida. Listen, we got a lot of people in Florida. I'm thinking about moving to Florida. You better watch out. I'm coming to Florida. Not Sarasota, though. Sarasota, I think, is in the Panhandle, right? Let me ask this. We got Central Florida. Okay, so you guys won't be near me. Where are you guys located in Florida that you haven't already said? We got Central Florida. Sarasota, I think, is in the Panhandle. D Middleman, what part of Florida? Central, West Coast, East Coast? We got Jamie J out in Vegas. Let's see. Drop that super chat. We'll see how serious Leo is, right? You know me. I don't ask nobody for no super chat. I don't need anybody to give me super chat. But Leo got to drop a super chat and see how serious he is. Clint Wall says NorCal. Okay, we got Northern California. That's bear country right there. Sarasota's between Tampa, West Coast. Okay, so Sarasota is north of Tampa, right? If I'm not mistaken. We got Alex in Orlando, Florida, Lakeland. We got Polk County. I'm not going to lie. When I hear Polk County, I always think of the show Cops. I don't know why. I hear Polk County, I think of like 911 rescue or like, I don't know. Polk County, like there's a lot of stuff go down in Polk County. It's below Tampa. Okay. So like Naples. So between Naples and Tampa, Sarasota, right? We got L.A. in the building. Bert Tan says he's from Los Angeles. I'll give you $1 million next week. I'll be waiting for it, brother. Heck yeah. Actually, I don't know what'll be first. You giving me the $1 million or Bitcoin? Who is in Bitcoin right now? Cryptocurrency. Can we talk about it for a minute? You guys invested? What are you waiting for? You waiting for it to hit 100,000 so you could say, oh, I should have invested in Bitcoin? 50 miles south of Tampa is Sarasota, Polk County, 15 miles east of Tampa. Sarasota, okay. So you guys ain't going to be really around. I mean, I might come to your hood one day if I live in Florida, But I'm looking more like East Coast, like Boca Del Rey, that kind of area over there, like Fort Lauderdale type area. You know what I mean? But don't be surprised if you see me in a Walmart down there. So let's talk about Bitcoin for a minute. We've been on the live almost 1 hour. We'll stay up for a little bit. So you know what? Naples is about 2 hours from Tampa. Is it really? On the map, it looks so it looks so much closer. Naples is 2 hours from Boca too. Naples is another place I was looking at that I really like. But as a reseller, it seems like the East Coast has more options for a younger family and a reseller. Naples is great, but I'd literally have to drive an hour or two just to go to like several stores. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Guys, I can't tell you what to do, and I'm not telling you to get into cryptocurrency. I'm not an oracle. I'm not some guru, right? I don't know everything. I don't know. Bitcoin could go to zero tomorrow. It could, right? Maybe. But I can tell you this, Bitcoin almost has by itself $1 trillion market cap. It has about 800 billion almost. The cryptocurrency space just reached over $1 trillion. That means in the entire cryptocurrency space, there is over $1 trillion invested in cryptocurrencies. All the big dogs are getting in. JP Morgan, all this. And this is not financial advice at all. I'm just excited about the technology and about the space. You know, people DM me all the time and they're like, should I buy Bitcoin? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? And I look at, and honestly, my answer to them is I can't tell you what to do. If you don't buy Bitcoin to get rich, that's the wrong reason to buy Bitcoin, okay? You have to understand, Bitcoin is finite. There is a limited supply. And in 7 years, it's projected, in 7 years, there will be no more Bitcoin to get. So if all the rich are getting the Bitcoin, all the people now are getting the Bitcoin, all the big corporations, you hear Grayscale buying $500, $600, $700 million worth of Bitcoin, and you're wondering if you should pull the trigger on $20, these companies are buying up all the Bitcoin. And I'll tell you right now, it's projected that by the end of this month, we're going to see over $60,000 Bitcoin. And it's also projected by the end of the year, we could see between a $300,000 to $500,000 Bitcoin. That's per Bitcoin. So, people ask me, how do you buy Bitcoin? Well, there's a few exchanges. You can go through Coinbase.com, Gemini.com, Binance.com. You can buy through the Cash App. I use all of those platforms, but I also keep all my crypto on a cold wallet. Let's see. I have 8 Walmarts within 50 miles. That's awesome. And they're probably open 24 hours. Rally Roots is in Tampa. Oh, Rally Roots is in Florida? I didn't know that. Good stuff. Leo, appreciate you being here, brother. Catch you next time. Jackie over in Dublin. Is it okay if I say Jackie? I know your name says Jacqueline, but can we just keep it? Can we keep it a Jackie? Is that all right? We'll say Jackie, off to bed, in work in the morning. See you next video soon. Awesome, Jackie. Thanks for being here. We have another live hustle coming up Sunday, 6 p.m. my time. See you there. So yeah. So guys, if you guys don't have any more questions or about Bitcoin, Amazon, or anything else, I have another live stream coming up on Sunday, 6 o'clock. We're going to Walmart. Walmart's back in action. And we're going to go check out what they have via BrickSeek, clearance aisle, and whatnot. And then on Tuesday, we're going to be opening up 5 Pokemon Vivid Voltage Elite Trainer boxes, which is the equivalent of 40 booster packs. We're looking for that Rainbow Pikachu VMAX. That's Tuesday, 6 p.m. Guys, thanks for joining here. Smash. Before I go, hold on. We got 49 thumbs up. We got 49 likes. I need that to change to one more like to hit that 50 before I end this stream. Can we get that 49 to one more like? There it is. We got 50. 50 likes. Much love, everybody. Guys, I'll catch you on the next hustle. I appreciate you all being here. Go out there, hustle, make money. There's opportunity everywhere. 2021, it's ours. Belongs to the Hustleholics. Peace out. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you Sunday.